It is now 6:03, and we will reconvene our regular meeting. Also, let the record reflect that Dr. Holsey had to leave the meeting. But Ken Lloyd is now here. Thank you, Ken, for coming. Dr. Head, do you have any introductions, special guests, or recognitions you want to do at this time?
Yes. I would like to introduce the student from Jay Dyke's class. Jay, I know you're here. Do you want to give a short version of what you're doing? Is that...
I have to go up front? Yes, sir.
No, it's okay. That's okay. You look like a faculty member, but go ahead.
So I was trying to figure out how to get my students involved in online classes. And I've been wrestling with it all fall, and I thought, well, I'll just make them go to a government meeting. And I suggested this might be a government meeting they would want to go to. I also thought it'd allow me to meet some of my students that I never get to meet in online classes. So I said neighborhood association, city council, this meeting, etc. So I managed to get a few out here. So you can expect them every semester from here on out.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Is it extra credit?
Which ones are your students?
Yeah,
Which
just
one?
questions. Oh, questions? Yes. Go ahead with your question. Go ahead.
Are you giving extra credit?
No, this is actually a class
Sorry,
assignment.
guys.
They actually have to write a paper about what they saw, how citizens participated, who was here, etc.
So which one of these are your students?
They'd have to raise their hand.
Yeah.
Well, let them stand up.
I know there's a few sitting over there.
No, stand up
Stand
so
up.
we can
I
see
think
you.
there's about
Stand
10
up.
or
Thank
12
you.
here.
Thank you, sir.
Next time I'll give you advance warning so you can dress up. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay. The next is I'd like to introduce, you already know him, but I want to make sure you know that Quentin Wright is our interim vice chancellor for academic success, and he is right there. Quentin? So he's going to be filling in until we move forward on College 7, which will be at the end of the year, and we posted that job. I'd like to introduce the incoming Faculty Senate presidents. Roger Chambers from Kingwood. Is Roger here? There you are, Roger. Thanks. Evithia Guillory from North Harris. And am I saying... Okay, I'll get it right next time. Evithia, okay. I'm going to ask you that every time. Donna Willingham from Tomball. Donna. And David Gear from University Park. And next, we'd like to call up, if you would, you have to come up and stand in front of the podium, Kim Carter, Bob Lynch, Anthony Carreras, and Paula Colliff. These are the Faculty Senate presidents who are leaving, and we wanted to recognize them. And we have a special gift for you. And so, Anthony. We work very closely with the Faculty Senate. We meet with them every month before the board meeting, and actually 2 of them were at AACC this past week. I presented with Paula and Kim, so we've had a terrific relationship, they speak their mind, they're very open about what they think, and so we express, we've talked about this before, we talk about all the major issues, they're involved in every major committee, and they're a very important part of our decision-making. So thank you for all the work you do. You're largely responsible for the relationship that we have with the colleges, so thank you. You want to do?
Want to get a picture?
Oh, you want pictures? Okay. So I think, what do you want here? Board. You want the board to stand up and move in? Okay.
Oh, the whole board's good.
Dr. Trowbridge?
What?
Come down and get a picture. We want you in the picture, buddy.
Helen, do we want to do the presidents or do the special? Yes. Do the emeritus first, okay.
Okay. At this point, we're going to pull item 2 off of the consent agenda and consider it separately so that the recipients can decide at the end of that whether they stay with us or take advantage of the time some other way. But it
is.
Yeah. If what we need to do is we need to have a motion on item number 2 and a second.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded that we adopt item 2 separately. All those in favor vote by the usual sign.
Aye.
And Helen?
Yeah, but we want you to explain who they are. How's that? This is what happens when you no longer work here. We forget who you are. So.
In this past year, we've taken a look at the procedures for awarding emeritus status and revised them. And so for the first time, we opened it up. You can apply 2 times, and it's open to retired faculty, administrators, and staff. And it was very competitive this year. We had a lot of applications, and the chancellor is recommending that you have just approved that 2 be awarded. The first is for Dr. Jean Wileman, and I will read the resolution if that's okay. Whereas Dr. Jean C. Wileman served Lone Star College in a variety of faculty positions from 1977 to 2016, and whereas during Dr. Wileman's 30 years as a Lone Star College faculty member, she served as a chemistry professor and department chair at North Harris County College, now LSC North Harris, and LSC Kingwood, and was the recipient of the Teaching Excellence Awards at both North Harris and Kingwood, and received the American Chemical Society 2-year College Teaching Award. And whereas Jean's expertise and student-centered advocacy made her a valued member on many college and system-wide committees, including the Chemistry Curriculum Team, Educational Programs Council, SACS Quality Enhancement Plan Committee, and others. She served as the Faculty Senate President at Kingwood from 2002 to 2002 and 2003 to 2005, was on their fundraising committee. She began the silent auction with another colleague to raise money for the Student Emergency Fund and continues to coordinate this event. She continues to be a strong advocate for the foundation by talking to others to contribute, attending the gala, and donating jewelry for the gala auction. And whereas, as part of her strong focus on teaching excellence, Dr. Jean Wileman has served as a facilitator for the Scholarship of Teaching and Leader for Teaching Square. She's mentored numerous full and part-time faculty, helped with STEM Day activities for high school students and chemistry events at local elementary schools. She also serves as the campus Texas Community College Teachers Association representative, encouraging faculty to join. She's been the principal investigator of a National Science Foundation grant to establish a science computer lab to encourage multidisciplinary interactive problem solving by students, and the PI for a Title III grant to provide computerized instruction in developmental writing, math, and reading. She was also the co-PI in a Kingwood Technology grant to utilize tablet computers for lecture capture and posting for students, and whereas Jean has funded 2 scholarship endowments for the foundation and co-funded 3 additional scholarship endowments, therefore it be resolved that the Board of Trustees confers the title of Professor Emerita to Dr. Jean C. Weileman in honor of her long and distinguished service to Lone Star College.
So we have a special gift for you also. So you want to do the next one and then we'll have a picture of
Yeah.
both of them? Okay.
And whereas Ray Lauder served as the Lone Star College system in several positions from 1987 through 2016, including over a decade as Vice Chancellor for External Affairs. And whereas Ray was responsible for marketing and communications, government affairs, the foundation, Office of Public Records, and community and economic development partnerships and programs. These economic development programs are unique for a higher education institution, include the coordination of the Regional North Houston Economic Development Alliance, the Center for Business and Economic Development, the Regional Small Business Development Center, and the Community Development Institute. And whereas Ray was a highly esteemed community leader whose service on numerous boards and committees relating to economic and community development greatly benefited the college, including Community Development Council, Board of Trustees, Texas Association of Community Colleges Legislative Committee, Gulf Coast Workforce Development Board, appointed by Harris County Judges John Lindsay, Robert Eccles, and Ed Emmett, Southern Economic Development Council Chair, Community Development Leadership Committee, Texas Economic Development Council Board of Directors, North Houston Association Board of Directors, the Woodlands Economic Development Partnership Board of Directors, Houston Northwest Chamber of Commerce, ex officio, Board of Directors, Houston Intercontinental Chamber of Commerce, Board of Directors, Klein ISD Foundation, Board of Directors, Amegy Bank, Advisory Board, Greater Houston Partnership Government Relations Committee, and Economic Development Council, Leadership North Houston, Board of Directors, International Economic Development Council, Higher Education Advisory Council, Chair, Magnolia Economic Development Partnership Board of Directors, and Pearl Fincher Museum of Fine Arts Board of Directors. Whereas Ray was one of the leaders of 2 name changes for the college, to North Harris Montgomery Community College District and to Lone Star College, and whereas Ray was instrumental in the successful annexation of Cyprus, and whereas Ray's leadership was key to passage of 3 successful bond referenda totaling over $1 billion, resulting in additions of 2 new colleges, LSC Cy-Fair and LSC University Park, and several centers, including a second university center at LSC University Park, LSC Fairbanks Center, LSC Cypress Center, LSC Atascocita Center, LSC Conroe Center, LSC Victory Center, LSC Health Professions Building, and LSC Tomball Health Science Building. Therefore, it be resolved that the Board of Trustees confers the title of Vice Chancellor Emeritus to Ray Lauder in honor of his long and distinguished service to Lone Star College.
You know, we all need to stand and give him a clap. Great job.
You want a picture with the board?
Yes.
Right? Jean?
They put it up next to your head, honestly.
I don't know when y'all downtown this week.
Got one more photo for you, right? All right. Couple more, please. And one more. Thank you.
have said, wow, wow. Proud of you.
We've been.
So I've known both of them for 30 years or so, something like that. So well-deserved.
Yeah.
They
Very
both,
much so.
Yeah.
So,
Are you guys free to stay or use your own jet?
Oh, what is
Well,
Ray, before you leave, I want to make sure that the neighborhood kids that grew up when you were there, I'm going to let them know that you just didn't play golf all day.
yeah, thank you.
thank you, Jeannie. So, thanks again, Jeannie. Silpa? Silpa, we've asked Silpa, there's a workshop on student successes.
New microphones. All right. Good evening, Chancellor Smith, or Chancellor Chair Smith, and members of the board. So this is an exciting time. May is a celebratory month for schools and colleges across our country because it allows us the opportunity to reflect upon and celebrate our students' successes over the past academic year. And I would like to start by sharing a quote by our student, Michael Aguilar, right here, which you'll hear from a little bit later. But Michael is graduating from Lone Star College Sci-Fair next week, and he was also the first Latino male student to ever provide the keynote speech at the President's Breakfast at the American Association of Community Colleges just Monday, just a few days ago. And in his speech, he says this, and I quote, "My time as a community college student has been a transformative experience. I found people who cared about me as an individual and who took the time to mentor me. I found a community who embraced my adversity and who saw my background as a strength rather than as a weakness." And so like Michael, and like every student, in fact, like every person, we all have a story, and success looks very differently for each of us. But tonight is my honor on behalf of the leadership team to share with you just a few of our students' tangible successes. And we will begin tonight's presentation with a reading of a poem by Tessa Cortera entitled After Harvey. And I'm going to ask her, Tessa, come on up. This is Tessa. Tessa's going to read her poem, and she's also going to set the stage for the Starburst magazine, which is where her poem was published. And so I'm going to turn it over to Tessa.
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm the editor-in-chief of our Starburst magazine, which is our magazine for art and literature for the students. And we had an interesting year this year. We were all displaced with our campus being flooded. And so I wrote under the mentorship of our advisors about the year, and I would like to read it.
So Starburst is a Kingwood publication, so.
So it's our student art and literature magazine, and students are able to submit their pieces throughout the year, and we select them to be published. And our advisors, Dr. Beeman and Professor Ross, had the good idea that the editors could write a piece to start the magazine with, and I was surprised to have my piece picked. Sorry, I thought I was going to have a magazine.
You want to use this?
So let me tell you,
I
while
just
she's
pulled
looking
it
for
up,
that,
too.
here's the way this came about.
you.
So Catherine invited, we did a forum over at Kingwood, and Catherine, Dr. Pearson invited me to stay around. And so we saw this, and the students were reading some of their works, and I thought this was really good. So we asked that they come to the board meeting, so here you are.
Thank you. So it's called After Harvey. A home of knowledge broken down, dreams of wisdom cast to the ground. When nature cried its fearsome wrath, it left behind a mangled path. Classrooms lost in flooding waters, homeless now the sons and daughters. No place left to teach or lecture, nothing left of architecture. That mighty storm laid us low, but we weren't destroyed by nature's blow. As one we rise above the loss, together we will bear this cross. We will rebuild all we can, and what we can't, we will replan. Time will pass and we will grow as we pass down what we now know. That we have strength within us all, together we can each stand tall. The pursuit of wisdom won't be lost, we'll recover at any cost. Students and teachers stand together through both sun and stormy weather.
Thank you, Tessa. Just get back to. Let's give her another round of applause. So this year, Lone Star College student newspaper, The Howler, won 19 Intercollegiate American Press Awards. Lone Star College Montgomery student Catherine Vasquez, who's on your far right, joined Stevie Wonder live for the Hand in Hand Hurricane Relief Fund benefit telethon. The Lone Star College Kingwood, Montgomery, and Tomball National Model United Nations delegation was named for the 4th year in a row an outstanding delegation. Only 21 schools of the hundreds competing from around the world received this honor, and they were also recognized with multiple position paper awards and a Best in Delegation award. At the same event, the Lone Star College Sci-Fair, North Harris, and University Park was selected for a Distinguished Delegation Award. This award represents a significant achievement as well, as the delegation was competing with hundreds of schools from around the world. This year at the 2018 Texas Phi Theta Kappa Regional Convention, Lone Star College Kingwood was awarded Top Chapter in Texas, an award of merit for their college project, and they were also recognized as a 5-star chapter. Highlights from Lone Star College Montgomery at the same event include recognition as a Top 100 chapter, awards for Distinguished Honors in Action Project, and Distinguished Chapter Award, placing it in the top 50 chapters internationally. Highlights from Lone Star College North Harris include Distinguished College Project Award, Distinguished Chapter Officer Team Award, Distinguished Chapter Member Award, as well as Alumni Award of Appreciation. In Tomball, their highlights include Top Texas Chapter, which is awarded to top 15 chapters only. They also received an award of distinction for their Honors in Action project and an award of merit for their college project. And Lone Star College University Park earned a 5-star chapter status, which is the highest possible. They also received 3 Texas Regional Awards and 5 International Awards. And for UP, this marks their best year for them since they chartered in 2013. Our Lone Star College Sci-Fair Engineering and Advanced Technology students won first place Top Design Award at the 2018 Texas Space Grant Design Challenge. This challenge afforded students an opportunity to propose, design, and fabricate a solution towards research objectives of importance to NASA and its mission.
In addition to this honor, these students also collectively earn $25,000 in student scholarships, and our students will also now work on improving their design and their prototype in preparation for the NASA Micro G Challenge. And Lone Star College is the only two-year college in the country among top engineering universities such as UCLA, Cornell, and Purdue who are invited to participate. Two Lone Star College students, Elijah from Cy-Fair and Emil from University Park, had the opportunity to interact with NASA engineers as they learned about careers in science and engineering through the NASA Community College Aerospace Scholars Project. 3 honor students from North Harris and 3 from University Park were selected to present their research at the National Conference for Undergraduate Research, or NCUR. NCUR is the country's largest and most selective showcase for undergraduate research, scholarship, and creative activity in all fields of study. Our students showcased their research alongside selected students from Harvard, Columbia, just to name a few. 4 honor students were selected to present their research at the National Collegiate Honors Council, or NCHC, conference this year in Atlanta. NCHC is the premier honors education conference in the country. 3 of our honor students received prestigious summer internships. Daniel Canna from Cy-Fair is doing a summer internship with Rice University. Griffin Goss from Cy-Fair was selected to complete a summer internship with Senator John Cornyn. And Courtney Moore from Lone Star College Montgomery is completing an internship this summer with Representative Kevin Brady. Lone Star College University Park student Noah Ortiz is earning both an Associate of Arts and an Associate of Science. He's a dual credit student. He's earning that next week. He's currently an iSchool High dual credit student, and he's also a member of the Lone Star College UP soccer team, member of PTK, and he's on the dean's list. Noah was accepted to the 6 schools he applied for and is attending the University of Dallas on scholarship and plans to major in bioengineering. 3 honor students were competitively selected for the N+I French STEM Scholarship, where they will travel to Paris in June for a 10-day intensive STEM program. 3 Lone Star College students out of 10 total nationwide were selected. The N+I program is a consortium comprised of the most prestigious engineering schools in France, and it is sponsored by the French Embassy in New York. Lone Star College Montgomery Sarah Bigham received the Smith Huston Scholarship and acceptance into the Honors College at Sam Houston State University. Lone Star College UP students, Jesus Patino and Hamid Ahmed, will continue their education as Terry Transfer Scholars, an award that will fund their full tuition, books, and rent. The Terry Foundation is the largest private scholarship program in the state, and it provides students who exemplify 4 pillars: scholarship, leadership, service, and community, provides them with access to higher education at 13 public universities in Texas. Many of our Lone Star College students have received or will receive transfer scholarships to continue their education at 4-year institutions. Most of our students, these are the popular 10 as of fall 2017 data, but notifications are going out May 1st to July 1st, so students are still hearing back from particular schools that they've got admitted to. So that data is still coming in. And last but not least, 2 Lone Star College students, Michael Aguilar and Anthony D'Souza, were named Jack Kent Cook undergraduate transfer scholars, only 2 of 47 in the nation. The Jack Kent Cook undergraduate transfer scholarship is the most prestigious and highly competitive undergraduate transfer scholarship in the country. Both Michael and Anthony will each receive $40,000 per year towards the completion of their bachelor's degree. And now as Jack Kent Cook scholars, both Michael and Anthony will now have the opportunity to also apply for additional funding after they complete their bachelor's degree to pursue graduate school. And if awarded, they will receive $50,000 per year toward the completion of that degree. And we are fortunate to have both Michael and Anthony here with us today. Would you both come up and share with the board?
Hi. Hello, it's an honor to be here. I just wanted to share my quick story of my Lone Star journey. I started in the fall of 2015, right after graduating from Cypress Woods High School. I wasn't the best student in high school. I didn't really take too much for my future. But once I got to Lone Star, I knew I was going to take responsibility for my future and do that with my education. And I had access at Lone Star Sci Fair to a variety of opportunities through the Honors College and through Phi Theta Kappa to excel in different ways and obtain leadership positions, like the Texas Regional President of Phi Theta Kappa, and also obtaining opportunities to perform research with mentors on my campus. And it has been a great opportunity, and I've learned so much, become a better student and a stronger individual through Lone Star Sci Fair, or through Lone Star itself. It's an honor to be here, and I thank you. Thanks. Oh, so my top 3 choices, I've applied, waiting to hear back. One of them I've heard, which is Emory University. I also applied to Princeton and Amherst.
Wow.
Yes.
Mike, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
If you're invited to speak to a high school class in the Houston area, what would you tell those students regarding Lone Star? What would be your message?
Well, I would say that whatever you put into your education, it'll come back. So, however committed you are to the opportunities around you, or however you want to improve on yourself, it's in your hands, and those opportunities are already made available to you. So it's up to you to take advantage of those opportunities. And I think that's something that each student has to learn in their own journey. But that key step can make the entire difference.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's an amazing honor to be here as well, and to be here, and also to be recognized for the scholarship. Which, to be honest, I'm still coming to terms with the fact that I have actually gotten this. So, just some background on me: I am an immigrant from Pakistan. I moved here 3 years ago, and ever since I moved here, I've just been in love with this country and the city. And I'm currently studying physics at Lone Star. I want to be an astrophysicist someday. The 4 colleges I've applied to so far are Cornell, the University of Chicago, Rice, and UT. I've heard back from Rice and UT, and fortunately enough, I've gotten into both of them. But I'm still waiting to hear back from everyone to make my final decision. If someone had told me 3 years ago that I would be in this position right now at Lone Star with this scholarship, I honestly would have just told them they were crazy, because it's just unbelievable, everything that I've gone through and everything that I've experienced so far. And it is because of Lone Star, honestly, that all of this has happened. So I would just like to take this moment to express my eternal thanks to everyone here, my president, Dr. Ardalan, the Honors College at University Park, Dr. Katie Caruso, and Professor Brian Kaiser for always being there with me. And during my first year in Lone Star, I was awarded the Board of Trustees Scholarship. That was the name. And in the Honors College, I am a Chancellor's Fellow Scholar. So in a way, all of you in front of me today have made an investment in my education. And it is my wish to one day be able to give back to you in some form or another.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Anthony, I have the same question of you. Same question. What would you tell a group of students?
So in high school, I was guilty of having this preconceived notion about a community college, and I had a lot of stigma around it as well. However, right now, all of that has been completely eliminated and none of it is true. So to a high school student, I would tell them to keep their ambitions close to their heart and never be afraid to take the less beaten down path, because that's what I took, and honestly, it's made all the difference.
Great job, appreciate it.
So neither one of them knew what they were going to do. I never told them to come prepared with a speech or anything, but I appreciate the question because Michael is going to be our commencement speaker at Lone Star College Sci Fair.
Oh, awesome.
And he's preparing his speech as we talk right now. So, but unscripted. And I was telling some folks earlier, at the end of the day, I feel great to know that the world is going to be ending up in a great place with leaders like this. So thank you, Michael. I'm going to go over here and make sure what's up with the microphone. But thank you, Michael and Anthony. Let's give them a round of applause. So this was just a small sampling of the many successes of our students. Please join me in giving a round of applause to not only our featured students, but to also the rest of the near 100,000 Lone Star College students, as each of them has their own success story, both tangible and intangible. Thank you.
Thank you, Self. And I would like to also mention that the instructors, professors that worked with these students, thank you for a job well done. I'm so proud of all of you, and I know you've played an instrumental part in helping these students achieve. And we have a great story to tell the community, and I hope everyone realizes, like you all, that Lone Star has a lot to offer to any person that's coming out, whether you're magna cum laude or whether you're 2.0, and help us spread the word. Thank you. Okay, good job, Seth. Thank you. I'd like to have a motion to approve the minutes of our April 2018 workshop and regular meeting of the Board of Trustees.
So moved.
It's been moved and properly seconded that we approve the minutes of April 5, 2018. Are there any questions, comments? If none, all of those in favor vote by the usual sign.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passed. Okay, Dr. Hayes.
Is John,
You're looking at the,
John, is somebody kicking the wire up here? Is it Dr. Trowbridge kicking the wire? Is that-
my legs are not long enough.
We good? Okay. So a couple of things. The board, you have community impact news. We've been doing a lot of marketing, and so this was from about a month ago, which you have in front of you. I don't know, how many households this go to? Do we know? 35 or 40,000, something like that. So you'll be seeing more of our marketing efforts. We are in the middle of our registration period, not only for the summer and for the fall. And let's make sure we have graduation. If you've not received the graduation invitation or signed up, this year we'll be graduating over 7,900 employees. So North Harris,
We get it. You okay? We got
yeah,
it.
a few employees, students is what we're graduating, yeah. 7,900 students. And North Harris has the largest group at over 1,900, followed by Cy-Fair. North Harris is 1,950, Cy-Fair is 1,928. So you're invited to attend one of our 6 commencements. So if you've not done that so far, if you would let Helen know, right, where you're going to be. Okay. That starts on May the 10th and concludes on May the 13th. And yesterday, we had the grand opening of the Science and Technology Building at University Park. And so Dr. Holsey and Dr. Smith and Trustee Lloyd were there. It was really it was really a good ceremony. I think all of them are good. They were very upbeat, was well attended, really well attended. We had standing room only there, and it's a cool and impressive facility. So if you've not been over there, those of you who've not been over there, it's just state of the art. All of our facilities are, but this is really a different one to review. Okay, so the last thing is I wanted to give you an update on this past week. We attended AACC, the American Association of Community Colleges. And so this was in Dallas, so we had an abnormally high number of people that went. We normally would not be sending that many out of state, but we presented more. This is the national organization, and we had 14 presentations, 14 from Lone Star, which is very unusual. It's unusual to see a college present more than 3. And I think Leanne Nutt had 6 herself, right, or 5, something like that. I don't know, you had a lot of them, I know that. So I just put them, what I asked Helen to do was I want to show you what we're presenting on. And John, if you could, and I hit about 3 buttons, so I probably turned it off here. Thank you, okay. Which I just did again. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but you can see the titles of what we presented on and who is presenting. A little bit of everything we do. I'm not because I'm here tonight and the chancellor, this is a board meeting, we're just one of the leaders in the country, which is why we gave so many presentations. And we do this at ACCT also. The one, I didn't come up with these titles, by the way, the collaboration, not war, that Kim Carter or somebody, Kim or Paula did that. But you can see we had different people at different levels presenting. I think what's really neat about this is we had faculty and administrators at different levels participating, and then we had people from across the country presenting with us. And these are the things that I think that we value. I mean, what we talk about is what we do really well, which that's a lot. But that's just many topics that we have here. Several of us presented on Hurricane Harvey. We're like experts now on how to handle the Harveys of the world. We also talked about we had standing room only we had the SIM presentation, the enrollment management, but also on the key performances, we had a lot of questions about how we handle enrollments and our growth and how we handle the budget inside of all that and how we allocate funds. How we allocate funds is a major issue with large colleges. And finally, we finished with College Promise. We're still one of the leaders in the country over that and the amount of money that we give out and how we go about our business. And we have more to come on College Promise. So and this predictive analytics, which sometime soon you're going to see some of the work that what AIR does, that's our institutional research. We have, I mean, it's just outstanding. I'm going to have Link and his team present some of that to you at upcoming meetings. We have data on just about anything you can imagine. The question is, what are you going to do with it? So we're taking a look. We've got different initiatives and projects that we're taking a look at so we can see where we stand and how we can make improvements with it. That's what we want to use it for. So that's that. So that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Good job.